This is Dr. Lou Cella, Doctor of Sport and Performance Psychology. Okay, I'm going to give you 7 triple option offense practice emphasis points for 2024. Now, I'm going to say this to you as you're listening to this video. These were given to me by a Division I triple option football coach recently. Like very recently. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to go to all that. But somebody who is active in the craft of triple option football. He said, these are the 7 things we emphasize the most with our players and with each other. So, these are the things to emphasize when you run the triple option in practice. What do you focus? This is the process really, and what your priorities need to be. They're not in a particular order, but I'll let you debate that. Okay, here we go. These were given to me by an active Division I triple option football coach. Not going to say where, not going to say who, but they came, but out of respect for him and his privacy. It is a man, by the way. I would hope so. Here we go. 7 practice emphasis points for 2024. Number 1 is ball security. Everybody that loves you counts on your ball security. Ball security matters. How you hold the ball matters. That's the big thing. How you hold the ball matters. You want your B-backs with 5 points of pressure. When your A-backs are finishing a run, you want them to chin the ball. You want the ball under their chin. Quarterbacks, once they know it is officially their ball, they chin the ball. And when they chin the ball is held. If they're running to the right fingertips on the nose of the ball, under the chin. If they're running to the left fingertips on the nose of the ball, under their chin. That's what you're emphasizing. Ball security. That's number 1. Number 2, QB exchange. On the zone dive, the quarterback taking the snap, we'll say CQB exchange, taking the snap, jumping play side, sticking the ball out, and basically on zone dive having the B-back run through it and then having the quarterback accelerate. Then on mid-triple, taking the snap, jumping back, pointing the ball, having the B-back sprint through the ball, sprint through the play side hip of the guard, sprint through the end zone. But if one takes the B, the quarterback must reseat it. So by the time the ball hits the B's belly button, the Q must know what he's doing with the ball. This training of visual conditioning is so important. And this is why you need to get several hundred reps of mid-triple in before you ever compete against an opponent. But, like, if you're going to prioritize anything according to this coach, there are 2. Right there. Center quarterback exchange, quarterback getting the ball to the B-back. I can tell you from my experience, most issues happen on center quarterback exchanges because the quarterback doesn't put his knuckles on the gut of the center. He doesn't get under there deep enough, and that's what causes issues. He's too light on the hands. Quarterback B-back issues generally are caused by the B-back reaching for the football when the quarterback points the ball. No. The B-back runs through the ball, never reaches for it. If it hits his belly button, he knows it's his ball. So there's 1 and 2. Number 3, and I found this interesting. Wide receiver releases in the passing game from both the flex and spread formations. Their releases matter. Obviously, the releases are against somebody in their face. In flex, against a 7, 8, or 9 technique. In the spread formation, against a press corner on its inside leverage, outside leverage, or head up. This is a great emphasis in the triple option offense. receiver releases in the passing game. And I think it's the job of all of us to create a culture of mindfulness in this area, because I'll admit I was humbled that would be top 7. I was humbled by it. Number 4, perimeter blocking. The conversation that was had said obviously at their level, because they cannot go to the ground, this has become higher in priority. For coaches at the high school level, it's no different, but because you couldn't cut in any other state other than Texas and Massachusetts up until recently. So for everybody else, it's never been an issue. I've never taught a cut block at a camp unless it was in Texas or Massachusetts. So really, not that big of a deal, but for them, perimeter blocking is a big deal. And I will tell you that this coach said to me, it's at the point now that you're going to see a lot more tackle calls when 3 is a 9 or a 90 technique, because they got to get a better matchup on the perimeter. They want to put the tackle on the overhang and the A-back on the mic. They'll average more yards per play with the A-back on the mic than the A-back on the overhang. So they're always better off loading than arcing on mid-triple. Now that doesn't always hold true when the A-back arcs the corner, but when the A-back has to block a 9 or a 90 technique, any type of overhang, they actually get more yards per play when they load on mid-triple than when they arc. So there you go. Number 5, pass protection. It is a forgotten art. Pass protection, the toes of the offensive line and the B-back must be going northbound. They're really more focused now on going northbound and not getting shoulder turn. That's the most important thing of it all, is that they don't get turned in protection. I've said this in other videos, but that is this coach's emphasis point. I mean, obviously pass pro is important, but understand how important it is to the success of a triple option offense right now. Pass pro, toes north in protection. Number 6, the wedge. Obviously on zone dive, the wedge is a big freaking deal. What part of the wedge is the biggest deal? The play side guard, the center, the tackle, then the backside guard. Because the play side guard is the post player. The center's got to snap the ball and get there. The tackle wedges with the guard. So setting the wedge is something that is to be overemphasized. You could argue it's number 1. You could argue it's top 3. This is in no particular order, but I'll let you discern that. But this coach indicated that setting the wedge with the play side guard, the center, the play side tackle, the backside guard, that is, and the A-back, obviously, is really important. Now, I will tell you this. This coach was more concerned about the play side guard than the A-back. And I didn't really delve into it, but the emphasis point was more on the play side guard than the A-back. Now, I can tell you this from my qualitative experience. The A-back's the player that creates more yards per play. But listen, I'm humble enough to admit I'm always looking to expand and give back to my clients and give you a little taste of what you're going to learn on this YouTube channel. This coach emphasized the play side guard more than the A-back, significantly more than the A-back. He emphasized the triple team more than the A-back coming in basically to wedge with the tackle. And I found that interesting, and I will humbly admit that to you. All right, number 7. This was made clear to me multiple times. Obviously, I've been a big proponent of this, so yeah, there's a bit of affirmation involved, but he said this. Stop talking. This is for the coaches. Coaches have to practice teaching the player what to do, then shut up and let them do it. The coaches have to practice that it's time to stop talking. You cannot stop drills to talk. That's worse than saying the F word around a bunch of people that would be horribly offended. That's how bad it is. There's nothing wrong with correcting assignment mistakes with quick verbiage that doesn't stop the flow of the drill. But as soon as you stop the flow of the drill, you set your program and your offense back. Stop talking. Stop talking. Your players don't really need, they need the rep more than they need your words. The rep matters more. Now, if it's an assignment error, yeah, obviously you correct it within a 5-second span that doesn't stop the flow of the drill. Or they're pulled aside while the next group is going. So, stop talking. You've got to practice that. You could also say talk significantly less. You've got to practice that as a coach. Believe me, when I was younger, I would be like a chicharron and talk and talk and talk. And eventually I learned to shut my fat mouth up and stop talking, because I learned from Olympic Committee people when I got my doctorate 8, 9, 10 years ago. Well, it's actually now closer to 10 years ago. The repetition of the game matters more than what you have to say by an infinite margin. And I felt that. Especially Zoomers. They don't care what you have to say. Just tell them where to go, give them 1, 2, 3 pointers about their job, and shut up and let them do it until they implicitly think and they're unable to get it wrong. That's what you got to do. 7 practice emphasis points for 2024. I'm not shooting from the hip here. This was given to me by a Division I triple option football coach. Not going to say who. This is what he emphasized. Ball security. 5 points of pressure with the B-back, which means they put both fingertips on both noses of the football. Cues A's receivers chin the ball by putting the ball under their chin with their, whatever side they're running, those fingertips are on the nose of the ball. Center, quarterback, B-back exchange. Quarterback's got to get the snap, get the ball to the B-back without any issues. We talked about the variables on that. Wide receiver releases in the passing game. That one was one I didn't see coming. But basically how to release and run vert or boot versus 7, 8, or 9 technique, getting into the spread formation, and how to run switch versus a press corner on inside leverage, outside leverage, head up. Got to focus on that. It's that important. Perimeter blocking, the variable there is at their level. It's obviously really taking precedent because they can't go to the ground now. But for coaches in 48 states, nothing's changed for us because couldn't do it anyway. So, but they emphasize that in the top 7. Pass pro, toes are square in protection. Toes face the end zone. That's huge, even with the B-back. And I've said this in recent videos. Air Force's B-backs are very lateral in everything they do. They get to the guard and then get flat, but they stay square. The wedge, but the biggest emphasis point is the play side guard. The play side guard's the guy they care the most. So if you're going to focus on anybody, focus on what he does, because he's the poster on the wedge. Finally, for you, the coach, stop talking. This is for you. Your words don't matter. Tell the players where to align, where to go. Give them 1, 2, 3 pointers at the most on what to do. Shut up and let them do it over and over and over until it's implicit. There you go. 7 triple option offense practice emphasis points for 2024. As given to me by someone that does very well in the triple option profession and is pretty much at the top of it right now. Coaches, if you want to win big in 2024, pick up your phone and give me a call. 570-332-0265. 570-332-0265. And go to tripleoptionfootball.com/testimonials. You can see all the success stories that have come from the camps and the academy. The academy's $9.97. You get it for 2 years. Go to tripleoptionfootball.com to learn more. Then call me. We'll talk later.